The purpose of this lesson plan is to provide an overview of the Conservation Desktop user interface, including the table of contents, map view, tables, and toolbars. Users will become familiar with the different parts of Conservation Desktop and be able to locate various tools and options. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the different parts of Conservation Desktop, including the table of contents, map view, table view, map controls, and toolbars. You'll be able to set layer preferences, you'll be able to set map content, and change the CD background layer. The Conservation Desktop toolbar is located at the upper right of the application window and provides quick access to commonly used tools. The CCG tool opens Conservation Client Gateway Employee View in a separate browser window, allowing users to work at the same time in both applications. The Reports tool accesses Conservation Desktop reports. The Documents tool manages the documents required for financial assistance and technical assistance processes. The Task tool provides automated tasking and workflow management for applications and contracts between CD, Protrax, and CCG. The Assistance Notes tool allows the user to create, view, edit, or filter assistance notes, and create and print an assistance notes report. The Client Search tool allows users to search for service, easement, or non-USDA clients. Users can also create or edit a non-USDA client record. The Search tool allows the user to search for and open a case file, practice schedule, or agreement. The Search Case Files and Agreement screen also provides links to Protrax, Fund Manager, and FA Tracker. The Help tool opens the Conservation Desktop Comprehensive Users Manual in a separate browser window. And the User Menu tool provides options to open user preferences, open data configuration tools, view the current CD version number, and log out of Conservation Desktop. The Conservation Desktop table of contents is displayed on the left side of the application window. If you have a client, case file, practice schedule, or agreement open in Conservation Desktop, these items will be displayed in the table of contents. To expand or minimize the table of contents, click on the darker gray bar at the right of the table of contents. Click and drag on this bar to resize the table of contents. Depending on your screen size, the table of contents may auto-hide. In this case, you will see a menu icon at the upper left of the window. Clicking on the menu icon will display the table of contents. The Client panel is displayed at the top of the table of contents and is always shown when a case file, practice schedule, or agreement is open. If the panel is collapsed, click on the client name to expand it. Note the available options on the Client panel. The case file is equivalent to the Toolkit customer folder. LAN units are created and edited at the case file level in the case PLUs, or Plan LAN Units, layer. There are two types of case files in CD, conservation and easement. The case file icon displays an E to help users easily identify the case file type of easement case files. Note the available options for the two types of case files may be different. The practice schedule is equivalent to the Toolkit plan. A practice schedule is associated to at least one client, the decision maker, and to a case file. Note the available options for conservation case files and easement case files. The agreement panel is displayed when an application or contract is open. The agreement will always be associated to a client, and may or may not be associated with a case file and practice schedule. The options available on the agreement panel will depend on if an application or contract is open. For easement case files, a Programs folder is displayed instead of the Agreement panel. The Programs folder is organized into submenus, and each can be expanded to view specific data. The specific submenus and data elements displayed are determined by the easement program. The Map View and Table View provide an interactive mapping interface and display information for case files, practice schedules, or agreements open in Conservation Desktop. The map and table view are linked so that when a feature is selected in one view, it is also highlighted or selected in the other. For example, selecting a practice in the map view will select the same practice in the practice schedule table and vice versa. Map controls provide options for navigating in the map view. Depending on what is open in the table of contents, the Home button will zoom the map view to your default Service Center, the case POUs, or the practice schedule POUs. Table controls provide options for navigating the table view. By default, the tables are collapsed to maximize the map view area. Clicking the Show Tables tab will expand the table view. When the table view is expanded, click Hide Tables will collapse the tables. The table view displays tabs on the left side of the screen that correspond to open geospatial layers that users may interact with. Depending on what is open in CD, this may include active POUs, case POUs, practice schedule POUs, and practice schedule. To sort the tables, you can click on the desired column heading, then select Sort Ascending or Sort Descending. The case POUs and practice schedule tables have an Edit button, allowing users to update attributes for the selected land unit or practice. The TA and FA radio buttons on the practice schedule table allow you to view the table in Technical Assistance View or Financial Assistance View. You may need to scroll right to view all the columns in the table. Users may also customize which columns are displayed in the tables by clicking on the plus sign at the upper right corner of the table. This will display the available columns and allow you to select or deselect individual columns for display. From the Table Options menu, users can zoom to selected features, clear selection, or export the active table to a CSV or comma-separated values file. If you select Export, you will be prompted to open or save the file. The Map Tools icon provides tools for controlling what is displayed on the map, working with geospatial data, and navigating in the map view. To display the toolbar, click once on the top button of the toolbar selector at the upper right corner of the CD window. When the toolbar is open, clicking this button will hide the map tools. The Map Content tool allows the user to select and configure map content to be displayed on the map. The Base Map Gallery tool allows the user to select the background to be displayed on the map. The Layer Preferences tool allows the user to set user preferences for displaying feature, reference, and background map layers. The Bookmarks tool allows the user to save relevant map extents to easily access later. The Measure tool allows the user to measure the area, perimeter of a polygon, length of a line, or map coordinates of a point. The Buffer tool allows the user to buffer selected features on the map, with options to create buffered areas around a point, line, or inside and/or outside of a polygon. The Identify tool allows the user to view attributes for one or more features selected from the map's active layer. The Find tool allows the user to search by track number, legal description, easement ID, street address, or latitude and longitude to locate land units or other features on the map. The Filter tool allows the user to filter features on the map and tables to display only those with specific attributes. The Land Unit Reports tool allows the user to view, export, and print reports. Options are Land Unit Report, Practice Report, and Land Use Summary Report. The Map Scale tool allows the user to view the current map scale or select a different map scale. CD uses predetermined zoom levels set by the image services. This improves the refresh rate of the imagery, but it also means that users are limited to selecting from the available predefined scales rather than typing in a custom map scale. The Zoom to Selected tool allows the user to zoom to the selected feature in the active layer on the map. The Select Mode tool allows the user to select one or more features from the active layer on the map. The Clear Selected Features tool allows the user to clear all selected features in all map layers. The Change View tool allows the user to update map symbology to focus on the case and practice POUs. It turns off all layers except for the case POUs and practice schedule POUs, and changes the case POUs layer symbology from geometry status code, plan, lock, draft, etc., to a solid magenta outline. The Preview Map tool allows the user to preview National Conservation Planning symbology for the practice layers. This view is disabled when editing practices. The Previous Next Extent tool allows the user to update map view to display the previous or next extent or view area each time the button is clicked. And the Help tool allows the user to open the Conservation Desktop Comprehensive User's Manual. The Draw tools provide tools for drawing graphics, such as polygons, rectangles, circles, lines, and points on the map. The user can select graphics, summarize the selected graphics to view the total area or length, and delete graphics. This can be used for exploring what-if scenarios. Graphics are not saved outside user's current session and are cleared when the user logs off or changes context, such as opening or closing a case file or practice schedule. To display the Draw Tools toolbar, click once on the center button of the toolbar selector at the upper right corner of the CD window. When the toolbar is open, clicking this button will hide it. The Polygon, Rectangle, Circle, Polyline, and Point tools allows the user to draw those types of graphics on the map. The Select All tool allows the user to select or deselect all graphics, and the Select tool allows the user to select one or more graphics on the map. The Summary tool allows the user to view total area, perimeter, length, and count for the selected polygon and line graphics. The Delete tool deletes selected graphics, and the Help tool opens the Conservation Desktop Comprehensive User's Manual. The Label tools provide tools for creating and editing map labels or annotations. To display the label tools, click once on the lower button of the toolbar selector, located at the upper right corner of the CD window. When the toolbar is open, clicking this button will hide the label tools. The Select Text tool allows the user to select one or more text elements on the map.
The Create Labels tool allows the user to create map labels for a visible feature layer. The Create Text Annotation tool allows the user to create text annotation, in effect, text not linked to map features, on the map. The Copy tool allows the user to copy the selected map text, either labels or annotations, to the clipboard. The Paste tool allows the user to paste the clipboard text to the active annotation layer. The Delete tool allows the user to delete the selected map text. The Change Text Settings tool allows the user to change the style, font, color, etc. of the selected text, labels, or annotations, and edit annotation text. The Map Content tool allows the user to open map content to set layer and label visibility. The Manage Annotation Layers tool allows the user to set visibility for annotation layers, create and delete annotation layers, and set the active annotation layer. The Help tool allows the user to open the Conservation Desktop Comprehensive User's Manual.
Layer preferences is similar to user preferences. These settings are saved for each user and control the default map view that is displayed each time the user logs into CD or opens a new case file or practice schedule. To set layer preferences, expand the Map Tools toolbar, then select Layer Preferences. The Layer Preferences menu is divided into 3 tabs: Features, Reference, and Background. Layer Preferences will open to the Features tab. Feature layers come from feature services such as MPAD. The settings for these layers are Available, Feature Visible, and Label Visible. Making a layer available means it will be listed in map content. Making a layer visible means that layer will be displayed by default each time you open CD or select a new case file or practice schedule to view. Making the labels visible means if labels have been created for that layer in the open case file, the labels for the selected layer will be visible by default. The order of the feature layers on the tab also sets the default draw order. Note that leaving layers that are not needed to be displayed by default unchecked for feature visible will reduce the time it takes for the map to load, and available layers can always be displayed from the Map Content window. On the Reference tab, reference layers come from Image Services. The settings for these layers are available and visible. The order of reference layers on the tab also sets the default draw order. Making a layer available means it will be listed in map content. Making a layer visible means that layer will be displayed by default each time you open Conservation Desktop or select a new case file or practice schedule to view. Note that leaving the reference layers unchecked for visible will reduce the time it takes for the map to load, and available layers can always be displayed from the Map Content window. On the Background tab, CD has a set of layers that can be used as the background layer. The settings for these layers are available and default. Making a layer available means it will be listed in the base map gallery. The default background layer will display each time you open CD or select a new case file or practice schedule to view. To view the metadata for a layer, click the metadata icon next to one of the layers. Layer metadata provides information on the geospatial data layers available in CD, such as the data source, purpose, and publication date. After reviewing the metadata, click X to close both layer metadata and layer preferences. Map content
allows the user to set visibility for feature and reference layers that are set to available in Layer Preferences. These changes are temporary and will revert to the default settings from Layer Preferences when the user logs into CD or opens a new case file or practice schedule. To open Map Content, from the Map Tools toolbar, select the Map Content tool. Map Content opens and displays the available and visible feature and reference layers. Feature layers are displayed above the solid gray line, and reference layers are displayed below the line. Temporarily set layer visibility by checking or unchecking the checkbox to the left of the layer name. Some layers are scale dependent and will not display when zoomed in or out beyond a predefined scale. If a layer is not available at the current scale, the layer name will be grayed out and the checkbox will not be selectable. To temporarily change layer draw order, hover the cursor to the left of the checkbox for the layer you want to move. Click the up or down arrows to the left of the visibility checkbox to move the layer up or down in the draw order. Note the gray bar in the Map Content window that separates the feature layers and reference layers. Because there are different types of map services for these features, you cannot set the draw order to display a reference layer above a feature layer. Map Content allows users to change the practice layer symbology. Select the Settings icon for one of the practice layers, points, lines, or polygons, visible on your map. The Style Chooser window opens to the left of Map Content, allowing you to select a new symbol and/or color. Click Apply to update the symbology. These settings are temporary and not saved when the practice schedule is closed. Click the arrow icon for the practice schedule PLUs. This will expand the layer to display the legend and options for opacity and labels. Select the Opacity tab and use the slider to adjust the opacity. The layer will be completely transparent, not visible on the map, at 0, and opaque at 100. This setting is temporary and not saved when the practice schedule is closed. Select the Labels tab. The Show Labels checkbox allows users to set temporary label visibility if labels have been created for the selected layer. You can change the default setting for label visibility in Layer Preferences. Click the arrow icon for the expanded layer to collapse it. Click X to close Map Content. The Base Map Gallery allows the user to select from background layers that are set to Available in Layer Preferences. Again, this selection is temporary and will revert to the default background layer saved in Layer Preferences when the user logs into CD or opens a new case file or practice schedule. From the Map Tools toolbar, select Base Map Gallery. The Base Map Gallery opens and displays the available background layers. Click on any layer to temporarily change the map background. Click X to close the Base Map Gallery. Thank you for viewing this lesson for Conservation Desktop version 2, Release 2.